gotta be kidding me. Good thing I can use clips to go back to the VOD and change where it's clipped. I'm smart. And look at this putz.
Actually, when he showed it to me, I was like, oh my god, can I have the tin? And he's like, no, it's a giveaway. But
who's David?
He called the shot. What?
Who's David?
Oh my god, who's David? I gotta go.
But I couldn't find any that were purple that would fit my face because I have a giant head. It's true. I have like a ridiculous. It sucks. Doesn't help that I'm kind of fat.
Go ahead, have a drink, Lyle.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
I instantly regret that. Dig out the little bone around the root nerves. And because there's supposed to be a hole where the nerves go through in the... oh, God. I can't believe I just did that on camera. Oh, no big deal. Just a bomb all-star rookie. Hey, Mr. Young, this already is a really good...
Oh, we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
Ding? I got a ding? Oh, I do have a ding. Oh, that's a good ding. No. Anybody want to talk about the colon? We could have a whole conversation about the colon. Or his half-pint friend. Just like Abraham Lincoln chose in his one and only duel. And when he showed up carrying a almost 4-foot-long razor-sharp cattle saber, the person who challenged him backed down quite quickly. True story, look it up. It's real. He was challenged to one duel in his lifetime, and the person backed down at the sight of him bare-chested with a... What is this? Oh my god. This is a sketch card. Are you kidding me? One of one! Mickey and the Beanstalk! This is going to be very expensive on eBay. Hello, Mel! For a splash page and Action Comics 1050 signed and certified for Alex Ross. That was 109 for the pair. Crazy. These prices are crazy, man. Crazy. You got deals. It's crazy. Yeah, it's all good, man. I have a feeling 60% of the time it works every time. Sex Panther. It's made with real bits of panther. Stings the nostrils. It's a formidable scent. and his cousin Rory Rotator Cuff. His cousin Timmy Tommy John. We need to keep that one. Timmy Tommy John. That's, I love you, Carlos. Shang-Wai Lee. Yeah, tell us how you really feel, DC. Dan Iny. You son of a bourbon, you bastard. Bourbon, you bastard. This is a rare Sean Strickland. You son of a biscuit. I hope you stub your toe tonight before you go to bed. I hope he gets a Wander Franco. Well, he's got pack number 3. Let's see if 3's got that magic in it. You got the gooch! My wife is Abby Normal. All right. She's like, All right, here we go. A little Looney Tunes. We are danger close to a case hit if this case has one. And, oh my God, Prue Ackerman. Let's hear some bars. Okay, go. I got 7 Mech 11s about 8:30. Hello there. Oh, goodness gracious. I just can't get comfortable. What up, BK? Hey, roll. I can't get comfortable. I'm tired. It is one of those days. I got to open up Wix. What up, Pat? How you doing, man? All right. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Now I'm really ready. What did I do today? Great question. I preloaded all of the There Will Be Bloods for next week. Listen, you early folks are going to hear me say this about 5 times today, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. What up, Don? Hey, Don. How did the PWHL boxes treat you? I had a smoothie that I made at home with, I need to text me the address for the studio? Okay, I can do that. What up, Money Mitch? Money Mitch here early. Wow, he must have just been like, work, F you. I got friends to see. I'm leaving, I'm cutting and running. Money Mitch early to the show. Let me button this up. I don't want to scare people. Yeah, I'll text to you. So, I made a smoothie. Did 12 and a half today. Wow, I wish I could work 12 and a half minutes and get paid. Yeah, or is he watching at work? Who would do that? 30% of the people in this room. Countless others on rewatches. Speaking of, shout out to my guy Joe in Australia. Ringa Ninja, I know you guys watch at work. They arrived after I left for work. Leah and I will have to open them on Saturday before her and I leave for work. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Smoothie. We went to Costco, so I got stuff so I can make smoothies. What up, Spuros? So coconut water, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, banana, some Greek yogurt, bunch of ice, and yeah, that was my meal for today. So I My dose for Ozempic has been bumped. So now I'm just never hungry. And because I'm not hungry, I'm not eating. And because I'm not eating, I'm tired. So Mrs. The Breaker, because she's smart. Well, Kate, she says, make yourself a smoothie, take it to work, drink it on the way to work, drink it at work. At least you can have something wicked smart. Something in your system. So I did. And like normally I will make a smoothie. And I will just pound it. I'll just bloop down the hatch and be angry that I pounded the smoothie instead of savoring it. It took me about an hour and a half to drink the smoothie.
Good, have a think. Love it.
It's gone now.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
Thank you, Don. I needed that. But man, it was delicious. I have to pat myself on the back. I made myself a pretty pro level smoothie, and I'm happy with the results. And since everybody's afraid to eat blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, go to Costco. You can get like a pound for like $4 of each of those. Like it's super cheap to be making, as long as you're willing to risk the explosive diarrhea, which I always am. Then it is super cheap to make smoothies right now and get yourself some nutrients, benefits, and a whole bucket of vitamin C and potassium. So I highly recommend it. I used to use, when I was back in fighting shape, when I was doing MMA, all of my smoothies were pretty much along the same lines, except for I would add kale and strawberry to cut the taste of the kale. And then I stopped doing that, and then I switched to white grape juice base instead of coconut water because it was cheaper. Fun fact, white grape juice will pretty much take on the flavor of whatever it's mixed with. So if you want a neutral flavor for a smoothie, I highly recommend white grape juice. Slushies, traditional slushies. The base for slushies is frozen slushy white grape juice. And the syrup they put on top is the flavoring put on top of a white grape juice base. The more you know. How I learned that? Great question, Don. Another great question from you. I learned that by asking the lunch lady. I was like, can I get a slushie? Because we had slushies because I went to a rich high school, even though I was poor. Can I get a slushie without syrup? And she's like, nobody's ever asked that before. Go ahead. And I was like, oh, this tastes like grape juice. She goes, well, I would hope so. It's white grape juice. And I was like, oh. And then from there, I started the trend. See, Don's on top of it. He knows what's up. Oh, so yeah. Yeah. What up, Crystal One, the toddler and the baby? Oh, goodness. That's, we're going to have to change your name again. Crystal One, toddler and baby. CJTB. I hope you're doing well. Rolling tongue, pretty easy there. I'm not going to lie, I stay up late at night practicing all of your names, nicknames, and possible future nicknames to make sure they sound good before I do them on air. It's a true story. That's why I can flip between BK and Seeing Dog interchangeably. He goes, I do too for my Timo DC days. Is Pat really that hard to say? I mean, sometimes I want to pronounce it with two T's, and I want to be like Pet. Oh no, it's just Pat. It's not Pet. It's Pat. I have to remind myself it's just Pat, not Pet. Will it be Crystal One, Toddler Baby, and Baby 2? We're going to have to start using proper names. It's just going to have to be Crystal One, And just I want the names of the babies. I want the names of the dogs. It's going to be 15 names long. Adding, I know. I mean, obviously we know Rhea and Amelia. Now I need the dogs' names. So let's get all the dogs' names in there. Crystal 1, Amelia, Rhea, dog 1, dog 2. Just make a name with the first letter of everyone's name. It'll be A, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I think we're done like 90% sure. Like 90% sure. So it's funny, Kate, that's actually what I put on their There Will Be Bloods and for their, whenever they purchase something, it's CGRA. J-Rack. J-Car. C-Jar. C-Jar. There you go. Yeah. Arc-J. Jark. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things we could do. Then we got to figure out the dogs' names so we can add those in there. New game, fun for everybody. Keep them coming. I want all. Hey, do the work for me. I don't want to have to change my name. You guys figure it out. I'll do whatever you say. Oh, num yummy. I mean, Jark has a nice ring to it. What did I do today? This is fun. So yesterday we were talking about Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero, that video game that I used to play on Dreamcast/PS2. And, we all Googled, well, I did, you guys watched because captive audience, Googled what game is like Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. And I said that really the closest thing that they had was Forza Horizon 6. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to download Forza Horizon 6. And then I realized Forza Horizon 6 switched so that each car has its own individual weight and distribution. It's like the physics are accurate on it for each individual car. Apparently, like Forza Horizon 1 through 5, it was just one base physics engine for every car. And 6, they stepped it up for Japan and made everything have its own physics. It's so hard, so difficult to to quote one of Paul Maitland's favorite quotes. I hate it so much. Flames in the side of my face. That is. I played for like an hour and I was like, I'm crashing into everything. They tell me to brake and I'm braking, and they're like, you're not braking enough. And then they have the audacity to tell me, well, you broke too much. Fine. So I'm going to play that a lot now, because if there's one thing I love, it is misery. And a steep uphill climb, and a learning curve that is so sharp that it could be a knife. Is it? I'm about to break this game. Yeah, it's true. It's actually, you know what? Sapporo, you'll find this funny because you enjoy Schadenfreude. So I finally was like, I'm gonna race this person for hello Mel, hello Jimmy. Yeah, and I'll get to that also, Crystal. That's actually the theater that we go see Lucha Libre at. So yeah, I race this thing and I win. I was like, oh my God, I won. And it says, okay, collect your car. And I hit the A button to collect my car, and it froze and went to the main screen. I was like, oh, well, I'm sure it let me get my car. So let me just reload this and see my brand new car. Nope. Nope. Would you like to race to get this car? Jerk face game. Game of jerk face. You jerky face game. So that was when I stopped and said, I better get ready for work. Because, no. Born and raised down in downtown Pomona. Yeah, we went there for Lucha Libre. Awesome. Loved it. Great time. Would love to go again. Parents' house is 7-minute drive. Well, then we'll just have to go to your parents' house. And after we do Lucha Libre at like 2 in the morning. But yeah, it was cool. I was sending it to all my friends. I was like, hey, that's the theater that I was hanging out at. Look, that's And hey, can we talk about how awesome Walt Goggins is? When they wrapped...
Yes, me lord.
Hello, me lord. When he wrapped shooting, we did not eat. We were only there for the show, and the show had food and champagne, so we actually didn't really go anywhere. We just went to the theater and home. But I will keep Rookery open. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, Walt Goggins. Yeah, so Walt Goggins, when he wrapped shooting, he actually came out, took off his prosthetics and his hat in the middle of a crowd, no security, nothing. He's like, hey, everybody, thank you so much for letting us tie up your city and shooting in your city. You guys were wonderful. Thank you. And like went around signing autographs, shaking hands. Like Walt Goggins, a man that appreciates what the fandom does for him. Got to meet Dog Meat, the German Shepherd. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he class act. I mean, how can you not root for Walter Goggins? That man, character actor for decades, did not get the recognition he deserved until his late 40s, and now the world is his oyster. God bless Walt Goggins. I am very happy for his success. Oh, big yawn. All right. So, here's what I have to show everyone. Because I spent almost an hour doing this, I want to at least somebody to acknowledge it. So, we're going to take a peeky poo. We are going to take a peeky poo. Skip it, paps.
Now, get out there and kill.
All right, this is going to be these I will have them next week. I'm supposed to be receiving the shipment on Tuesday, which means they will be ready for Wednesday. So this is the one that I was talking about. This is the Ingrained Icons Hockey Hobby Box. 3 autos or memorabilia, 1 numbered base, or carved in time card. And then, unfortunately, 2 stinky base cards. I highly recommend, if you are able to grab 2 spots so you don't get stuck with just a stinky base card. Listen, and I'm saying this, I'm going to say this verbally. I'll put it in writing later. Oh, Cascadia, you poor thing. I will, if somebody ends up with both base cards, I will find something fruitful to give that poor person, because that ain't right. So if you buy 2 and you get the 2 base cards, you'll get hooked up with something. Now this is 2. This is an interesting little product. So this is something that is created by Steel City. This is something that they made specifically to bring to the National to impress people at the National. It's one card per box. Every single card is graded or authenticated via BGS or PSA. They are either authenticated for the signature or just straight up graded. These are very inexpensive. Now, I only bought 2 of these to see if they were worth it. I was under the impression that the ones that they make for the National are going to be a little bit higher end than the ones they make elsewhere because they're going to want to impress people at the National. So basically, you are guaranteed a slabbed card for $50. This is a 5-spot. We're going to do 2 of them because it's a 10-box case. So we have a 2 and a 1. But I mean, the price of grading right now is between $50 and $100. So it's like paying for grading and getting a free card. Just throwing it out there. Could be fun. It's inexpensive. Give it the old college try. And if we like it, we can get more. And if we don't like it, we never do it again. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Matt Dinneman, Mrs. the Breaker needs to hear this because I was on my phone. I think it's in October. Matt Dinneman will be talking with Dan Aykroyd about Dan Aykroyd's new sci-fi thriller book that he wrote. Live here in LA. And everybody who attends the live conversation with Matt Dinneman, author of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and Dan Aykroyd, legend, Canadian legend, it's like $52, and everybody who buys a ticket gets a signed copy of Dan Aykroyd's book. Is that a no-brainer, or is it me? I'm just throwing it out there. That's a no-brainer, right? You buy that ticket, you get the signed edition of the book, which obviously he's premiering the book, so it's going to be a first edition, I have to assume. I mean, I'd be done not to assume that it's a first edition. So a signed first edition book of Dan Aykroyd's. And you get to see Matt Dinneman and Dan Aykroyd chew the fat on being a writer. Shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. Actually, I should probably find that link and send it to Mrs. the Breaker while I'm thinking about it right now. Live Talk LA. Live Talk LA. Go here. I'll go here. I'll send this. I'm going to go down to here. Click that button. Oh, I'm sorry. It's $62. And they cannot be resold. There's no reselling. If you show up with a resale ticket, you are not allowed in. It is, holy crap, it is October 27th. It is the day his book comes out. So he's launching his book with Matt Dinneman live here in LA. I mean, come on, folks. What are we even doing here? What are we even doing here? Here, I'm going to give this to everybody, including Mrs. the Breaker. this. I'll do that. Hey, wait, that's me. Okay. There you go. Click that if you want to go. BK's like, well, that's a no for me, dog. Canadian Bacon was Dan Aykroyd's greatest movie, and I'm willing to die on that. Don, we just watched Canadian Bacon 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago. No lie. Because I said the greatest line in that whole thing is, yeah, and their beer sucks. It is LACC. Thankfully, we're not going to LACC. And it's the Tuesday before the con. So if you were going to the con, just show up a day early. Just show up a day early. That's all you got to do. It's a Tuesday. Oh, I know. Canadian Bacon, Rip Torn is hilarious in that movie. Rip Torn is this, and how much of that movie, Don, is so true for right now. Like, Canadian Bacon could have been released right now, and it would have been relevant. Come here, Turf. I need you to move up a little closer. There we go. Oh, yeah. Rip Torn is the greatest Hollywood name. Said the same thing when I watched it a few months ago. Yeah, it is relevant. Hey, let's start a war with Canada. Anything to distract from the low polling. Anything. It's literally what the movie's about. It is about a president wanting to start a war because he's not going to win his re-election if he doesn't have more points. So he tries to start a war with Russia. That doesn't work. He tries to start a war with Canada. That kind of sort of in a way works, but not really. Yeah, it's funny. And it was shot mostly in Buffalo and Ontario. Good stuff. Stephen Wright has a great role as a Mountie in that movie. For those who don't know who Stephen Wright is, Stephen Wright was the king of dry one-line humor. He would do stand-up, and it wasn't storytelling like, I hate to say the name, but, it's like, what up, Carlos? And the parking lot of the brand names you worked at. Oh, no kidding. That's awesome. I hate to invoke his name, but Bill Cosby was a storyteller. He would tell a story. The antithesis of Bill Cosby's style of comedy was Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright would literally sit on a stool or in a chair with his microphone, and he would be very monotone. And he would be barely blinking, and he would just hold the mic really close to his mouth, and he'd be like, I poured spot remover on my dog. He's gone now. Like, he would just do one-liners. That was it. Ridiculously smart and well-thought one-liners. So him in that movie was also very good. The very dry, monotone, haggard delivery of all of his lines. He was the guy in Half-Baked. He was in a lot of movies. Yeah, I think he was the couch guy. Wasn't he the couch guy? Yeah, like his jokes were very intelligent. I intend to live forever. So far, so good. Hey, come on. That's brilliant. They used their parking lot on a Sunday morning, out the camera so they could shoot B-roll and the brown sheriff Suburban driving up and down Niagara Falls Boulevard. Yep. I like to reminisce with people I don't know. I went to a restaurant that serves breakfast anytime, so I ordered French toast during the Renaissance. Come on. Right now I'm having amnesia and deja vu at the same time. I think I've forgotten this before. Channeling his inner Princess Donut, typing in all caps. It always makes it sound like you're yelling. I am yelling, Carl. I am yelling, Carl. Speaking of, I ordered. So I don't remember when I did this. But I ordered a Dungeon Crawler Carl shirt. And it arrived yesterday, and I was like, what is this package? And Mrs. the Breaker's like, what is that? I was like, I don't know. I thought she bought something. She thought I bought something. I was like, I don't think I bought anything. And I opened it. I was like, oh, I accidentally bought this shirt. So probably tomorrow I'll be wearing a Dungeon Crawler Carl
New achievement!
shirt that anybody who is up to date on the books, or at least halfway through the books, will understand the shirt I'm wearing tomorrow. It's actually also the same shirt that Matt Dinneman wore at San Diego Comic-Con this year, which reminded me that I had discovered that shirt almost a year ago, but didn't buy it, and so I accidentally bought it in my size and had it delivered to my house. I'm very excited to wear it. And like, people will look at it and have no idea what's going on unless you know Dungeon Crawler Carl. Yep. I'll let you list them because there was quite a few. Summer Rental is a freaking classic. Another Rip Torn movie. We did watch Canadian Bacon. As a matter of fact, I think almost every movie that had John Candy in it also had Rip Torn in it. You got Durbit to start listening. The audiobook is splendiferous. Yeah, Brewster's Millions. Brewster's Millions, which I don't think Rip Torn is actually in. Though he could have been in it. It would have made sense. Rick Moranis has a small role in that one. A bearded, mustachioed Rick Moranis at that. Brewster's Millions was great. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a true story. Now, Mrs. the Breaker, I listen. I'm prefacing this, Mrs. the Breaker. I'm not throwing you under the bus by saying this, but I'm gonna tell the story. So so Mrs. the Breaker did not watch a lot of movies growing up. So I always have loved John Candy. He was a staple in my household. Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Absolutely. Who's Harry Crumb? Yeah, there's just, like, everything. Delirious. Yeah, it is everything he did, even the ones that were box office tanks, he was great in. Who's Harry Crumb? Mrs. the Breaker's got to watch Who's Harry Crumb. That one is freaking hilarious. That is him probably at his most physical comedy. Armed and Dangerous, Great Outdoors. Yep. I love them all. Great Outdoors is a movie I quote constantly. constantly, and a lot of people don't know it. So I was watching Wagons East was his last film. Yep. Died after ordering a few pizzas in his tent. He was a big influence on my life as a comedian. And Mrs. The Breaker, when we first met, I was like, oh, it's a John Candy movie, and she's like, I don't really like him. And I'm like, how can you not like John Candy? Like, everybody in the world loved John Candy. So, like, we got to the root of it. It was just that she had not seen a lot of his work. And Big Bear Chase. Oh, you want a big sandwich? And she hadn't seen a lot of his work. And then she saw the documentary. She actually saw the documentary. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying right now. So she saw the documentary, and then she saw like how really he was abused by Hollywood, and his kindness was taken advantage of a lot. And then she really was like, oh my God, this guy gave everything to his friends and was the kindest soul in the world and did jobs for pennies on the dollar, even when it was at the height of his things. And she garnered a new respect for him. And since she saw I Like Me, your responses are delayed. Since she saw I Like Me, then she was like, started watching his films. I was like, yeah, this one. And she's like, oh my God, he is like, what an amazing talent. So she started off just not knowing him, not exposed to him, not a fan. And now she's like, we're binge watching John Candy movies. So Stripes. Yep. It was extremely sad. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. There was another one where it was a fairly serious role. I don't remember what it was one where he is trying to impress a girl, and everybody in the town owes him a favor. So he like is using all these favors, and yeah, you haven't seen Stripes. Stripes is Bill Murray too. And I believe Harold Ramis. Only the Lonely? It might have been Only the Lonely. It's an Italian girl. I can't remember. Only the Lonely? Yeah. And it was was it Ali Sheedy? It could have been Ali Sheedy. She played an Italian girl, I think. I just remember for some reason the girl was supposed to be Italian. I think. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering. It's possible. I'm old. But yeah. He was Irish. So it was a dramatic role for him. And his mom didn't like Italian, so I was right. I was Italian, yeah. It was a dramatic turn for him, and a lot of that movie got pretty harshly treated. But he was fabulous in a serious role. I mean, of course, it's John Candy, so you had to add a little there's humor here and there. But by and large, it was a very serious role for him, and a lot of people didn't like him in that leading role. That serious role. Oh, how about another? What is? Oh, hold on. Oh, there was a movie, another one where he doesn't even have. We talked about this movie about a year ago on stream, and I had to Google it. I want to not Google it. It's him, Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, Digital Underground, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy. Nothing But Trouble. That's what it was. Nothing But Trouble. That movie is so good in how ridiculous it is. It is so well done. John Candy plays 2 roles in the film. Dan Aykroyd is sublime. Chevy Chase actually did a good job. Demi Moore. Everybody in that film acted really well. It is a weird movie, but it was done. Yeah, he was in this movie called Spaceballs. Lord Brownie's like, yeah, Spaceballs, guys, Spaceballs. Blues Brothers, Spaceballs, come on. He's an icon. He is a Canadian icon. And a hell of a drummer. A little indie film called Spaceballs. That Spaceballs was such a tiny film that it didn't even have merchandise. They didn't know merchandising at all because it was such a tiny film. Merchandising. So she has been on a John Candy kick. That has been our week. Uncle Buck, yep. Mentioned that above. I think there's like one more that I'm thinking of that he played a bit role in. Excuse me. Cool Runnings, the coach. How about Dan Aykroyd? Dan Aykroyd. How do you describe Dan Aykroyd's style? Like he openly says that he is autistic, and that autism is what kind of hyper focuses him on aliens. He is a huge researcher and documentarian on UFOs and aliens and the supernatural. The reason he wrote Ghostbusters because of his fascination with the supernatural. And that is actually what his book is about. It is about, it's called Soul Hider. And it is about aliens that come to America and meet, I think, a guy named, I don't remember, lives in New York. And he has to help these aliens hide these souls. He was in Speed Zone, which is the unofficial Cannonball Run 3. That I don't think I knew. Your lighting is atrocious. And where is the martini shot? What up, Hellbolt? Ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, Hellbolt has been a very busy person. He has been, Spies Like Us is amazing. He has been super busy doing super secret squirrel stuff that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. But we are lucky that Hellbolt is awake right now from the week that he's had. He cameoed in Little Shop of Horrors. That's right, he did, didn't he? Or no, Steve Martin was in there. Was Little Shop was Steve Martin, Rick Moranis. I don't remember who was in there. Yeah. I'm trying not to use Google. Trying to flex my brain. I think part of the reason why my brain is so soft, besides the concussions, is that I just give up and choose Google. I don't know. I just love Little Shop. It was good. I don't think Rick Moranis was ever in anything that wasn't good. He was in a small film called Ghostbusters. He was in a small film called Spaceballs. He was in Brewster's Millions. Coneheads, that was a very early acting role for Chris Farley. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Yeah. Whoa, man. Strange Brew? Come on. Strange Brew. Little Giants? Icebox. My Blue Heaven? Oh my God, My Blue Heaven is another great film. Yeah. Do you have arugula? A what? It's a vegetable. I've been doing absolutely nothing for the past 72 hours, 42 hours, and I did lose my water bottle, and I had to send an email in the morning. Oh, I'm still up. Oh, no. I told someone that it would make them sad about a bug. They did not believe me. Then they saw it, and I was right. Oh, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yes. Yeah. Sapporo says, I had to decipher that real quick. My head, concussions. I told somebody that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids would make them feel sad about a bug. They did not believe me. Then they saw it, and they were right. It's true. There is a gangster bug, a true G in that film. My Blue Heaven is Steve Martin, Rick Moranis. Steve Martin is a gangster, and he's in witness protection. That's all you need to know. If you think that's going to be funny, go watch the film. I just Shrunk the Kids audience at Disney, and I remember his rats. I remember his rats. I still want to know the method that Rick does in My Blue Heaven, where he gets the same amount of syrup on each pancake. Well, I think it's a Canadian thing, Lord Brownie. I think it's a Canadian thing. The Canadians and their syrup, they're syrup whisperers. That's it. I believe that is it. It's an inherent trait of the Nordic people of Canada. I mean, they coax that sweet concoction out of a tree. It's got to be an inherent talent. You have to be born into that. If you were born south of that border, syrup is just the sticky nemesis. Favorite part in My Blue Heaven is where Steve Martin is walking out of the grocery store, and the kid tells him to have a nice day, and he responds back, "Blank you." I like where he teaches the kids to be pickpockets at the baseball game. That's always good. I want to show you what idea goes and okay. This button, and I hit this button too, and then I wait for it to load, and I hit this button, and then I hit this button. Ooh. Touchy. Those are super dope. Kind of like the Thanos one. Okay, we're talking about... Hide my yawn behind the cage.
John Candy, we were talking about Rick Moranis, My Blue Heaven. Splash. Oh, that's right. He was in Splash. Yep, he was in Splash with Daryl Hannah. So I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I'm probably going to anyway. So Doug's wife, Hannah, may or may not know Daryl Hannah and her super famous husband. I did not know that, Helmut. I have blackberry seeds stuck between my teeth. One specifically. Yeah, that young guy. Yeah. The one that's always rocking in the free world. Him. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. That person. As a girl, because of the street sign, it goes like, so it must be true. If you read it online, it's got to be true, right? Anything written online, I'm pretty certain, has to have at least a modicum of truth, or else it won't publish when you hit send. It'll stop you and go, this is not accurate, and make you rewrite it so that it has modicum of truth in it. That's how the internet works, right? It's built for education and exchanging information amongst people for the betterment of society. That's internet, right? No one would ever lie on the internet. Redacted for untruths. This comment has been redacted for untruths. Yeah. There's no lying on the internet. Redacted by the Ministry of Truth, 1984. Oh, man. The Thought Police. Redacted by the Thought Police. Right? Hey, there you go. It's meant to be. It's your perfect timing. That's what it is. It's your timing. What is something else? Oreo. Yeah, I don't remember. I just realized we are close to 300 followers on Twitch.
Go ahead, have a think, lie.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
Thanks, Mrs. the Breaker. I needed that.
They drew first blood!
Where's...
My man. My man. My man. My man. My man. My man. Good for you. My man.
My man. Is Chef gonna make an appearance, or is he gonna be just spending all time with the baby? I'd have to imagine
He is just, I imagine him laying on a couch with just holding baby. Both of them sleeping peacefully. While mom stands over them and watches her like a hawk. Babies are cool. How could you not want to spend time with babies? Like, they have the baby smell, which is just, I believe, pheromone to attract people to like the baby. I'm pretty sure baby smell, new baby smell, is to get you to it's a pheromone program. It's like, oh, it's a baby. How could you not love this baby? Because the smell's like, oh, the smell, it's a baby. I love this baby. I have a feeling there's something there with that. I don't know if they've ever researched the baby smell and if that is to endear humans to babies. But I think there's something there. I think there could be an olfactory mechanism that needs to be studied and quantified. If anybody needs to do their PhD, I think that is going to be your PhD paper. Because like you just get close to a baby, you're like, I just want to be around this baby. I don't want to be around. Forget the adults. Screw all the adults in the room. All of you go away. I just want to hang out with this baby. Me and this baby are just gonna hang out and talk about life. Jimmy was a baby very briefly. I feel like Jimmy was a baby for like 3 months, and then he was not a baby anymore. And it was just like, oh man, where did this baby go? I used to have a baby, now I have this man. I have this 11-year-old kid that's just not a baby anymore. Where'd the baby go? How did this 11-year-old happen from this baby? Oh, I'm sure my mother thinks the same thing. She's like, wow, how do I have this 46-year-old turd when I used to have a baby? Babies are like raccoons. You can tell them anything, and they'll just look at you and be like, yeah, oh, food. Do you know they got Brian May to play on the soundtrack for the He-Man movie? You throw enough money at Brian May, I bet you he would. I'm just saying. Brian May strikes me as the type of guy that'd be like, how many million? Yes. Just throwing it out there. Get to be a certain age where you're just like, I've only got a limited amount of time. I could give this money to my family and buy a really nice car in the meantime. Yes, I will do this. He's a gajillionaire at this point. Doubt he needs the money. Listen, if there's one thing I have learned about people who have lots of money, it's never enough. It's never enough. Hey, would you like some more money? Oh, no, thank you. No, I have enough, thank you. Said nobody other than Keanu Reeves ever. I wonder how much Brian May is worth. Estimated to be about $260 million, so just over $250 million. All right, Elbolt, enjoy, man. Get some sleep. Queen's Library was sold for $1 billion 2 years ago. So he no longer gets the royalties from that. Excuse me. Trying to see. They sold the music catalog, likeness, and commercial rights to Sony for $1 billion. Love you, buddy. I wonder if they have to pay royalties to Sony to play their own music. Maybe that's a clause where, I can, as long as we're alive, we can play our music royalty free. It's an interesting guy. I'd be interested to see how that looked. Iron Maiden just sold theirs. You want to talk about rich guitarists? Paul McCartney's worth $1.3 billion. And that's after the divorce. Keith Richards, just over $500 million. Eric Clapton, just under $500 million. The Edge, $400 million. Dave Grohl, $330 million, minus child support. Oh, I keep hitting my hand in the exact same place. You'd think I'd cover up that screw by now. Nope. Nope, that's too smart. It's too smart. I am not smart. All right. Metallica was smart to switch to self-publishing. Oh, God, yeah. Absolutely. Who else did that? Another mega huge band self-published after their first album deal. And I can't remember who it was. They were like, yeah, we sandbagged our second and third album and kept all the good stuff for our later album when we were putting it out themselves. I don't remember who I was reading where he's like, oh yeah, that album sucked. We were saving our good stuff for when our contract was over. It's like, wow, okay. I mean, Kiss is a garage band anyway. Might have been Radiohead. I'd have to look at their library. No, it wasn't Radiohead, because EMI did OK Computer. Metallica negotiated an 18-year countdown clock in 94. Bonkers. All right. We are going to raid Batsky. He is digitally painting a ninja squirrel right now. And since he was so kind as to raid us yesterday, we're going to raid him today. It was buried in their contract. 18-year countdown. It's an interesting clause. You figure they've already been in the industry for 15 years at that point. Tack on another 18 to own everything. It's one way to bet on yourself. Pretty sure that's how one of the horror franchises reverted back to the original owners. That is an interesting clause, especially, you'd have to assume somebody caught that. I imagine every word is scrutinized in a contract, no matter how big the contract is. I don't know. It's interesting. My contracts are not that complicated. Hey, do you want to work? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. It is. Oh, absolutely. Most bands don't get past their second album, the sophomore slump. And actually, I have a theory about the sophomore slump. So they spend years trying to get famous to get their first record deal. So they have all of these hits that they have written over a decade. So those go on their first album, and then all of their good songs are spent, so they have nothing left for the sophomore album. And that is why sophomore slump is a thing. Folks, listen. I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other so we can do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want to end Carlos Classics. Let's sell that out, and then we can get ready for next week. I love you all. Take care. Be safe. Good night.
Shut the fuck up.